New Rav vid? Alright, yeah, let's check out the new Rav vid. Let's check. Since there's a bunch of Rav fans in here, let's check out the new Rav vid. How about that, boys? Wait, there's a new one, right? Oh, yeah. Is this game really a bigger waste of time than League of Legends? Dude, Rav is a really good YouTuber. Like, his thumbnails, his titles, his script, like... He's a very good YouTuber. Like, it's impressive. Like, way better than me. I'm a noob. Like, this guy knows how to make entertaining content. All right. Episode 7. Rav. Is this game a bigger waste of time than League of Legends?
Attention gamers. Previously on my journey to get a break from a game where I have to rely on teammates, I learned about group content in WoW and had to rely on teammates. I rocked the biggest damage wiener on the charts with some guildies while others were challenging me in duels to the death, which may or may not have just been fancy editing over a normal duel that I won nonetheless.
I knew it,
Papa
man.
Soda blessed me with the Sword of a Thousand Truths bow edition, and I used it to become Rav the Avatar, conquering all 4 of the deadliest hardcore elements by myself with no help, to prove that I am him and he shall one day save the world of Warcraft.
Wait,
apparently
it says episode 6, but this is episode 7. That's a editing error. Editing error, Rav. Oh my gosh. It's the wrong episode. It's a typo. What a rookie mistake, man. I can't believe it, Rav. What a rookie mistake.
Apparently word hadn't yet spread that I defeated the Demon of Duskwood, as players were still looking like they were about to shit themselves on the road, and despite me trying to calm their nerves, I knew the best way to show them that Rav the Avatar could conquer all would be to smurf on the remaining elite quests in the area. More Latim is the golden grave digging boner boy that has more people creating fresh level 1s in Elwyn than any time Asmongold starts a new character, but he clearly didn't know who he was up against, so I let Howard introduce himself and then I promptly one-shot the shitter.
I love how he has the Stitches femur on. That's awesome. Okay, that was editing. That was clearly editing, right?
Then some undead David Blaine was apparently spooking couples in the bedroom of this house, so I went up only to find out he was currently taking a meeting, so I figured I would let these scrubs build up their confidence by taking him down themselves before deciding that I deserve a little credit for at least being there. But this is where I realized that the lore behind some of these quests is beyond fucked up.
Place his own heart within the bosom of his dead spouse.
So just to summarize this random quest, a psychopath somehow removed his own heart and shoved it up the asshole of his dead wife, and now for some ungodly reason the people in town want it. I found the grave as Howard was like, bro, it smells like ass here, and I was like, well, according to the disturbing quest details means we are in the right place, so I tickled the dirt, hit a bit of parkour, and then killed that freaky fetish bride. The thought of digging through her dead colon to get her husband's heart was disgusting, and Howard sure wasn't going to do it, but I knew the townsmen would sleep better at night knowing I had.
You've done it!
Just to confirm, this praise wasn't because I slayed the jizz-stained final boss Stitches plaguing their town.
You have done a great thing for our people, adventurer.
It was because I dug a dude's heart out of his dead wife's anus.
Your name will remain in our annals forever.
Anyways, I ran into a little gnome whose name could describe my entire WoW documentary, but then I managed to get triggered by my first escort quest in the game.
Please help!
You see, this douche was clearly having a case of the Mondays. I figured the dude would be eternally grateful that I saved his ass from being eaten by a tribe of mutated apes and literal alligators, only for him to act like fucking Prince Harry being escorted into his daddy's coronation. I had some choice words for him, but the dude wanted no part in the mission to save his own life apparently, and while being toxic towards an NPC may have not been my proudest moment, I felt he needed a taste of his own medicine. It was at this point where whoever wrote my leveling guide must have decided to phone it in one day, since it was just like, hey yo, fuck it, I don't know, go kill some shit for an hour, and while the fastest levelers would have accepted this, thrown some hentai on the second monitor and then grinded it out with a half chub for the next hour, I chose a different route. You see, there's a chapel in the big city where a priest has been entirely too happy to see me since I was a little boy, but in the basement there's a dude dressed like a hibachi chef who is all like, bro, your guide wants you to waste 45 minutes of your life killing beasts? Nah, I'll save you from that boredom, just follow these steps.
Speak with Brother Anton in Decilis, perfect.
First, take a flight out of town down to that bay named after a literal ass. There I've arranged for you to take a transatlantic cruise. Don't make eye contact with the others on that boat, as it's known to have some weirdos. Once you're there you will take another flight on the Kalimdor Airlines, but this is classic WoW, so there's no direct flights to where you're going, so you'll connect through a town that's not exactly on the way. There you'll meet my gay lover Anton, and he will tell you about our old book club called the Scarlet Crusade and how we left because of their obsession with bowling. He'll have you spend another 10 minutes walking through quite possibly the ugliest zone in all of Azeroth until you arrive for your designated skeletal slaughter.
Sounds about right, yeah.
He'll be like, there's one small catch, I need you to kill 30 of these in a zone where only 6 spawn at a time, so I hope you remember to twiddle your thumbs for a bit, but once you do serve that snooze fest, just run the 17 miles back up to me and enjoy the scenery that can best be described as if a microscope zoomed way into an infected sperm cell from a man ridden with AIDS.
That's classic
Make him
WoW,
happy
man.
And he'll be like, dope, now take another no direct flight back to that ratchet ass bay just in time to miss the next boat.
Oof.
When you arrive back to the boardwalk, you'll just have one more super short flight to your last stop.
Ugh.
Stiff, jet lagged, and having already wasted more than the hour you would have spent killing beasts, you'll get debriefed by a dude who was working on his cement driveway cosplay transmog set. He will tell you that the next part of this gigantic waste of time is to find a group of people and that you'll probably need to spam the entire server looking for others, only to find a warrior who says he can't tank, with the plan to just not tell him that he's the tank, while thinking to yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Then you and your new group of butt buddies will need to spend another short—
Wait, that's brilliant. So he couldn't find a tank, so he just invites Debbie to DPS. But he's the tank.
20 minutes walking through a dangerous zone, sneaking around the back of horde capital cities, and parkouring in ways that not everyone can keep up with.
Oh.
And after close to 2 hours, you will arrive at the most corrupt book club in all of the Eastern Kingdoms.
Scarlet Monastery.
Now I quickly learned that this is actually 4 dungeons baked into one. The first featured torturers with suffering victims who were in desperate need of Rav the Avatar to be their hero, by killing everyone including them. Whoopsie! The Hunger Games Game Master was informing us to GTFO, so after we finished the first of 4 we decided to wait until 11 to start the second. Except everyone else decided to go in at 10:59 because reading clocks is apparently rocket science now, and this resulted in my getting stuck in a different lockout of the instance than all of them.
Oh no.
Anyways, the butt buddies who left the book club said there were a few drama queens who needed killed, and the first was the pet lover in the group. He looked intimidating, but they told me the weird things he does with those hounds and a jar of peanut butter at night, so I wasn't concerned. Then there was Arcanist Douche Canoe, who was a tank and spank outside of when he casts Detonate and you need to get out ASAP, and it turns out having RP walk toggled on isn't ideal, so I may or may not have fucked around and found out.
Okay.
Now, small detour
happens.
from this gripping book club drama storyline, I should mention that I met a certified baddie in the Forge of Iron who said that rumor is this particular library has a copy of the Kama Sutra, and I quote,
"Bring it to me, and perhaps together we can unlock the secret."
So obviously there was some incentive for me to find it while I was there.
Yeah, baby! Yeah.
The third dungeon was basically 47 hallways of Scarlet Simps that all look the exact same, and after 30 minutes of it you face Herod, who has 2 phases. The first is a tank and spank, and the second is after he dies all the fraternity pledges come rushing and showing how useless they are, and then we enter the final and most deadly of the 4 dungeons, the Cathedral. This is where Howard started.
Wait, did he just greed on that helmet, bro? Wait, am I tripping? He gets mail at 40. This helmet's like really good for Hunter, right?
4 dungeons.
He just greeded. Am I tripping?
The Cathedral. This is where Howard started to feel the repercussions of me telling a warrior he didn't have to tank while actually relying on him to tank. And our group's rogue was about to learn a very real lesson to not joke about Howard's life. You see, we made it to the final church where all these devout simps were saying their prayers to the big dog in charge.
Let's see her
all ready to run at anyone who challenges his authority of deciding what the next book everyone will be reading is. And while this coup against the Crusade had been as smooth as a Riz Masters pickup lineup until this point, things were about to take a messy turn.
No way!
They must be purified.
Get out.
Tickling the captain's toes triggered the fire alarms, and over 30 simps were now on their way.
Out. Aspect to the cheetah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, get out.
I looked back knowing that this would be the last time I ever saw our healer alive. The Crusade demanded more casualties, and my tank, who didn't think he was my tank, was in line to be next. I prepped a last-ditch target dummy knowing it wouldn't do shit, but I wasn't the only OnlyFans member thinking on their feet, and Patty managed to spare his life.
Wow, Rav was actually a
We
team
paid
player
our
there.
respects to our fallen comrade and vouched to avenge his death.
Damn.
The only issue was we now had no healer, a fake tank, and 2 people who
Replace
didn't know
him.
this fight.
Wait, they're gonna go in without a heal, bro. You could just invite a new healer. What the hell? Why are we not getting a new healer? They're just gonna 4-man it. Okay. I like how the editing, you can't see the health bars or anything. I don't know what's going on. Rav, let me see. Is this close? I can't tell.
Arise, my champion.
Oh, the skull mark. Hell yeah. They're just 4-manning it. Oh, the rogue is level 45. That's probably why. It's not as bad. Still kind of impressive with no heal, though. Man, what a giga Chad, Rav. Let's see it. Oh. Nice job.
I went back to cement-covered Sammy to tell him that that drama-filled book club is no more. So in summary, instead of grinding mobs for 45 minutes, I spent 7 hours traveling the world, engaging in petty high school drama, and getting another player killed, all to accomplish the same amount of progress on my journey to 60, and that, my friends, is what it's like to play World of Warcraft.
W. Man, these are such great episodes, man. I can't wait for the next one, and I really hope Rav doesn't die, because if he does, we don't get any more Rav episodes. Rav, be safe out there, my friend. I seriously don't want you dying. I'm invested in the series. I want to see level 60 Rav and Raiden with the Rav, all right? Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's probably my favorite YouTube series right now. It's got to be.